outdoor enclosure is enough to kill animals, then me and you might disagree. But I can guarantee you, if your animal in your possession just needed this stuff and the Department of Environmental I can't even fucking talk. The DEC could have just provided the information that we needed to get. So we will be taking legal action. We will be moving forward, and this will be not the last of this story. I can promise you guys that. We have done every news station around the world, and I honestly feel disgusted. I am so happy and I am so honored that all of you guys came together for our lovely, lovely animals. But the simple fact that this world came together for a fucking squirrel and a raccoon today, when people are getting raped and murdered in our streets, the world had to sit down today and open up their newspapers and open up their Instagram and Twitters and whatever the fuck else you guys watch your news on. And the first thing that popped up was my stupid face and my story about how this government took my animals away and killed them. I can't believe I have to tell you all this story today because it sounds like an absolute story that is just full of lies. But I can assure you everything that we have just told you is exactly what happened. You're going to hear a different story by the state officials that Peanut and Fred had the potential to have rabies and that Peanut bit one of the officers or investigators during their raid. We watched them put gloves on while they moved into the house to pick these animals up. As a professional, I don't know. I'm not a professional DEC officer, but in my opinion, you have done this. You've been trained to take these animals in.
It also didn't happen on our property.
Likely, wherever it happened is not what actually happened. So we will be getting the story right. Neither one of these animals had rabies. I don't have rabies. My wife doesn't have rabies. We don't have rabies. So how did this squirrel and raccoon have rabies? But here is the kicker, guys. The DEC took a squirrel and a raccoon out of the fear of having rabies. We also have one of our bunnies currently located inside of our house because it was a little too cold in the barn. They did not take the bunny rabbit, who is not rabies vaccinated, and the bunny actually was staying in the same room as Fred. So there is a lot more to this story that will unravel and unfold as the time comes by. But I promise you, this is not the end of Peanut. We are going to continue to fight this, and we are going to make a stand, and we are going to prove to this state that using their excessive force is ridiculous. And I'm so honored and I'm so thankful for all of you who have come to support us and help us through this tough time. Thank you to everybody who continues to donate. All of your gifts from these TikTok lives and everything moving forward will go directly to our nonprofit animal rescues. We are very transparent with what we do. This is not something for money. This is something to allow us to continue our work with nonprofit and continue to help animals in Peanut and Fred's name, because that's what they deserved. 2 animals who have grown up in this house were taken, scared to death. I cannot fathom what those 2 animals felt before they were sat down and killed. So, I don't know what else to say, but I believe from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Thank you for being with us for 7 years. And I hope you continue to stay with us as we present Peanut's Freedom Farm to the world. We need all of your help, whether you can just support and like our stuff. And it's a little hard to talk. It's funny because
thank you everyone who sends gifts.
When you have a big nose and big ears, when you put an elephant on me, I look the same. But again, if you guys want to subscribe to Peanut's TikTok, again, all of this stuff is going directly to the nonprofit. I linked it on my account too. We are going to continue to fight this battle. Again, we're not doing this to ask and plead and beg for money. That's not what this is about. We have a lot at stake here with our nonprofit and not finding the funding that we need to continue to help animals. So that's why we plead our case. Again, a lot of this fell on the back of a squirrel who is no longer with us because the government decided it was more important to take a fucking squirrel and a raccoon away from a very good family and a very good environment. If Peanut or Fred was neglected, you would not see me ever again. We treat our animals better than anything on this planet.
David, you also good.
I'm telling you, all these things make me look literally the same, just as ridiculous as I look without it.
Many people are asking again, what is our next step if we want to sue or legal action?
Yeah. So, guys, we can't go further into our legal action, talking just yet, but just know that we are moving forward in that process. We have a group of well-versed people putting together a very, very nice civil case at the moment. There is a lot of moving pieces in this puzzle. There is a lot of questions that need to be asked. Like I said before, in this raid, there should have been nobody asking my wife her immigration status. There is no reason to ask for cameras in the house. You came here for a squirrel and a raccoon and you raided my house for 5 hours. So you need to explain to us why that happened. And we can take you on a little bit of a tour if everybody wants to see what the house looks like, because we haven't moved a single thing. My closet is ransacked. Danny's bathroom is ransacked. There are areas in our house that don't even look like they were searched.
Nope, nothing in the basement, nothing in the living room.
So there are a lot of unanswered questions that we want answers to, and if we don't get those answers, somebody better answer the bell when it comes time. This is not going to stop here. We're not going to allow this state to get away with it. And again, we are not politically affiliated with anybody. So for anybody to think that we're taking a side here, we are not. We are taking the side of the animals that we lost on this tragic day. We're taking the side of the animals that we continue to rescue and continue to help the ones that we have at our sanctuary. And that's what I want everybody to understand. This is about animals and the unkind demise of 2 animals that did nothing but bring joy to this world. And we took their lives for what? We spent many, many dollars coming up with this investigation. The DEC officers came from Albany, which is 2 hours away. The state planned this. The state signed off on this. Multiple people in our government in the New York state signed off. They signed a death warrant for my 2 animals. And that's why we are sitting here today.